Hello and welcome to another episode of my C# Basics tutorial series using Godot. In this episode, we will learn how to reference other nodes and how to spawn other nodes. We'll first get to learn how to reference other nodes. We know that our player has a child node, which is a sprite. So we can simply create a private sprite, call it sprite. And in ready, we can do the following: sprite equals find node. And in here, we simply enter the name and we see it's called sprite. Access it like this. We can also do something like this: sprite equals get child. Say, well, we want a sprite. I know you probably don't understand this syntax right here. Simply enter whatever type you want to get. And in here you say which child node it should be. So in this case, the first. As we learned, we start to count from 0. And then in our physics process, we can simply say sprite.rotate. And you can see our sprite rotates around. So what if we wanted to spawn another node? Then we have to first know the path of the node, which is, as we are now gonna spawn a few player nodes, res, which means our resources, so everything in this res folder right here, and then 2 slashes, and then scenes 1 slash. I know it may be confusing, but when exporting, it may create problems if you are using 2 slashes here as well. So only 1 slash scenes player here, ESCN. This is the path right here. And now with the path, we can now load a packed scene with the method gd.load. And here again, say, well, we want a packed scene. As we can also load other things, we will get to that in the next episode. And we load the path. And now we can say, we will make a quick loop, as we want to spawn a few players. Well, and then we can say player p equals packed scene.instance. This is gonna be a player. Quick note, you can only use this syntax on methods that support it when you type it in VS Code. Makes a few suggestions, and here you can see, oh well, I can do it like this. And now we can say add child p. Now there's one problem with that, and that is that Godot doesn't really like it when you do this, when you modify the nodes on runtime. Therefore, you have to say call deferred, which means that, alright, take your time, do this whenever the time fits. And here we say add child like this as a string, and then we pass our instance. And we can even modify it. We can say, alright, the global position should be new vector 2, and then we say something like that. So that, what did we do here? We stored our paths, so where is our player instance? Then we created a packed scene using the path, using the gd.load method, and right here we repeat this part 5 times. We created our player instance, and then we added it as a child using the call deferred method. And as you can see, we created a few player instances all lined up like this. And what if we wanted to kill a player? Let's add a key, a gpressed constant. Void check gpressed. Is action just pressed? Pressed. And if you wanted to remove the player from the scene tree, we say free, which kills the instance, so to say. Well, not quite, as if you remember, Godot doesn't like it if you simply edit the tree like that. So we have to say call deferred free. Check gpressed. What did we do here? Created a method check gpressed, and in here we checked whether the user pressed G, and if so, we say alright, free the player. And in our physics process method, we call the method check gpressed so that this part is executed. Alright, our players are there, and if we press G, they are all gone. So in the next episode, we will learn what resources are. And in the episodes after that, we will learn a few more basics using Godot. And after that, I will start a new tutorial series where we create a jump and run game together. We will make this an as good game as possible. So I hope you liked this episode. Leave a like if you liked it. And with that, goodbye.